I'm going to do my best to speed through subjects during harvest because, well, maybe I just don't have the most time to do it all. Welcome back to Rewind with bschwitty, because when this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious shit. Today, we are talking about white winemaking. Now, my goal for Mondays during harvest is to have some sort of educational thing about the actual process of making wine. But we're also going to jump around on topics. If you have topics you want to learn about winemaking, let me know in the comments below, and I will be happy to make an episode about it. But for now, I thought I'd go for a softball and talk about white winemaking. Now, it's a relatively simple and fast process. Well, at least kind of. Maybe fast isn't the right word. It's cleaner. You don't get as dirty. So when the grapes are ready to harvest, you harvest them. Generally, white grapes are immediately pressed from the skins. This is a term called whole cluster pressing. Also, white grapes can end up either being stem and sorted and then left on the skins for a little while, then pressed off. There are a multitude of ways of doing it, but in general, just quick, easy pressing, that's what you want to do. Unless you're going for something else. And just as a reminder, all wine looks like white wine to start off. It's clear. That skin contact is what makes it, well, red wine. The red skins, they make the wine red. So once it's pressed off the skins, it is either sent directly to a fermentation vessel or it is first cold stabilized. Now, cold stabilization is when the juices cool down to around 30 degrees Fahrenheit so that potassium bitartrates will settle out of the wine. These are the crystals that you might see in your wine if you've ever chilled a white or rosé in the fridge that wasn't cold stabilized. And then you see these tartrates at the bottom that precipitate out, and it's an optional thing because it's mostly done to for vanity's sake. The general wine drinking population doesn't know about tartrates, so I mean these things naturally form if you don't cold stabilize your wine, which it's like I said, it's vanity, or it's insurance that people that don't know much about wine, which now you can't say that you don't know anything about wine because I'm telling you about these things now. It's to prevent them from freaking out that there's these flakes forming at the bottom of their wine bottle or glass. Another thing to do during cold stabilization is add bentonite, which is like a fine clay. It can be added during the cold stabilization process, and it attaches to proteins in the wine that would normally leave the wine hazy or cloudy. And then, so once it's through the cold stabilization process, it's racked off of the sediment, and it's then put in its fermentation vessel. If you're doing cold stabilization, if you're doing clarification with bentonite, stuff like that. Let's move past it onto fermenting. So fermentation vessels can range anywhere from, like 5-gallon carboys to standard barrels to stainless steel tanks, and anywhere in between that entire spectrum. And once they're in their vessels, they're inoculated with yeast, unless for some reason you're doing native. And then the wine's fermented, and then it becomes dry, and it's wine. So that's the white winemaking process. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'm going to do my best to speed through subjects during harvest because, well, maybe I just don't have the most time to do it all. But like I said, if you have questions, I can clarify. Just ask. Now, stay tuned for Wednesday because it's one of 3 National Pancake Days, and apparently the one that's not sponsored by IHOP. So I think if things go well, we're going to be making wine pancakes. And this is a creation of all my own, and I'm going to suffer through the process of trying them once I make them. But for now, enjoy the rest of your Monday, or whatever day you're watching this on. Thank you very much. My name is bschwitty. This has been Rewind. Thank you for watching. Please share, comment, like, and subscribe. And I will catch you next time.